Do you think you really have what it takes to get your ex to come crawling back to you? Brad Browning here, guys, with another electrifying breakup video. And today I'm going to talk to you about one of my best breakup repair tools. It's a free interactive quiz tool that figures out your approximate chances of getting back together with your ex. Now you can try this quiz for yourself at breakupbrad.com/quiz. So I first designed this quiz about a couple of years ago after hundreds of clients kept asking me, what are my chances of getting my ex back? And after pouring through hundreds of client cases, I determined which factors most heavily influence someone's chances of getting an ex back. And based on those factors, and with the help of a team of programmers, I was able to develop this 4-part quiz tool. So at first glance, the quiz may look kind of daunting, but it actually only takes 5 or 10 minutes to complete, max. And after you finish it, your results are available to you almost immediately. And based on your quiz results, the quiz will generate some recommendations on how you should proceed in getting your ex back. So for example, if you scored on the lower end, the quiz tool might suggest that you engage in no contact for longer, but if you scored higher, you might get suggestions on how you can re-engage with your ex. The first part of the quiz is only one question really, but it's a really important one. Your score will be calculated differently based on your gender. So make sure you figure out which gender you are before starting this quiz. Sorry, I know that's a terrible joke. And this is also why I have 2 completely different versions of my X Factor guide. Unlike all the other how to get your ex back guides out there, I have a separate version for men and for women. And this is really important because men and women react to various psychological strategies quite differently. So if you're looking to buy a program on how to get your ex back that has only one version for both genders, don't fall for it. You can pick up a copy of my program instead by going to breakupbrad.com/buy. And from there, it's just a couple of clicks and you can grab your copy of the X Factor guide for the right gender based on whatever gender you are. In the latter parts of the quiz, they're going to ask you questions based on various aspects of your relationship. It's important to answer every single question as honestly as possible in order to get the most accurate results. And although all the questions in the quiz are considered important, some questions are weighted more heavily than others. So for example, in part 2, the question, when did you and your ex break up, is going to have a significant impact on your score. So if you and your ex were together for less than a month, the likelihood of you getting back together with him or her is less, obviously, than if you'd been with your ex for many years. Now, I know some of the answers in the drop-down box may or may not be applicable to you. Not all the questions are mandatory, but answering every single question will generate the best possible score for you. And guys, if you have any questions about this quiz, please just feel free to post them in the comments section below, and I will do my very best to answer them as quickly and as best I can. And there are certain questions in the quiz that, again, will need your absolute honesty when you're answering. So in part 4, for example, there's several questions that'll ask you about how your relationship was with your ex. So for example, one question asks you to rate the depth and intensity of the relationship with your ex. From my personal experience, clients tend to overrate the connection that they have with their ex. So while this question is quite ambiguous, please do your best to just try and answer as honestly as possible. And remember, the quiz will give you suggestions based on how you answer your questions. And if you don't answer accurately, then the quiz may give you suggestions and actions that don't necessarily pertain to your situation. So the only question now is, are you ready to take the quiz? Just go over to breakupbrad.com/quiz. Again, that's breakupbrad.com/quiz. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free, so you really have nothing to lose. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. Enjoy the quiz, and we'll see you next time.